Hey guys, I'm Amy. I'm one half of the Endless Now. That was lame. Okay. And I'm here to talk to you today about anxiety. I tweeted out a while ago and got a really good response of people who want me to talk about it. So here goes. A little bit about me is my name is Amy Best. I am 20 years old. I am from the beautiful city of Vancouver. I love it so much. I play music with my best friend, and that's about what you get on the outside. So, yeah. On the inside, there is turmoil. Since like forever, I have had anxiety. There's a lot of types of anxiety that people can have. Mainly online you hear about social anxiety. I have general anxiety, which is just a broad spectrum of things. Yeah. About my own story and long tale of anxiety, it all started when I was a kid, like a toddler age. When I was really young, I got super sick a lot, which then began this constant anxiety of thinking I was going to get sick, or that I was sick, or that if I went around someone sick, I would contract disease. So like if I got a tiny bit of a stomach ache, I would like run home crying from school. It was really bad. The teachers were really annoyed with me. It moved forward into a lot of like fidgeting. I started sucking my thumb when my grandma moved out when I was really young. She's from Australia, if you don't know that about me. I don't know why, but that really psychologically took a turn for the worst for me. And so I started sucking my thumb a lot and like kind of being a little bit more introverted, a little bit more quiet and stuff like that. And then I moved towns in grade 2. And so as a young kid, like having to start at a new school, that's really stressful because you have to make friends and you think everyone hates you and will hate you and you're weird and you're gross and you suck your thumb and no one's gonna like you. As I grew older, it just translated into like, oh, she fidgets a lot. Does she have ADHD? Get her one of those stress ball things so she can like play with it in class so she can concentrate, and like, oh, like get her to stop sucking her thumb. So I had like all these like appliances and like, ugh, it was really gross. In grade 6, I moved schools again. I started like losing appetite and things like that because I was like stressing out about things. The summer of grade 8, I was brought into the hospital because I didn't weigh enough and I didn't want to eat and I was pretty sick. So I stayed in the hospital for a few weeks in the summer, and they were the worst weeks of my life. Wow. Hated that so much. Eventually I got to leave the hospital just because it was not helping me at all. Like it made a lot of my anxiety worse. And no one really realized that I had anxiety at that point, so it was traumatizing to say the least. I was hoping that it would start to get better because normally you'd think the hospital would be your low point in life. It wasn't. So then I moved schools again in grade 10 because why not? I started getting really intense anxiety towards like going to parties because that's what happens when you get older, and doing tests. Exams really freak me out, and even performing actually. When I say like I get bad anxiety for performing, like even now I get really bad anxiety, and it's not like I'm not like wanting to puke backstage or anything, but it's like I have this fear that I'm going to screw up the words or disappoint the audience, and I don't want to disappoint people, so I like freak myself out so much that like I actually will blank on stage and have no clue what the words are, because I'm like so freaked out over the fact that I might forget them that I'll start doubting myself. It's this vicious cycle. Now where I'm at is anxiety still freaks me out when I have to perform, and I get anxiety when I have to do big social events, which is insanely ironic for anyone who knows me because I go to all of them. That's my story. For anyone who thinks, hey, I kind of go through some of that stuff, gee whiz, and you're wondering, hey, well, what does this anxiety look like? You're saying you get anxiety. I think I might have anxiety, but how does your anxiety manifest? For me, anxiety is heart racing, it's like sweating, but then at the same time you're like really cold and like chills. My hands get really clammy and cold, fidgeting, lots of going like this. And then for me, a lot of it is like super sick to my stomach, feel like I want to puke, I just want to sleep and die. And just die. But enough of all that. Here's how to overcome anxiety. Here's how I overcome it, and I think it could work for you guys, so that's why I'm telling you. The first one that I would tell like anyone who is afraid of anything whatsoever is to like force yourself to do it. You're never gonna overcome your fear and your anxiety and stuff like that if you never put yourself in that situation. You have to start to know how to cope with it, you know? And to get over that fear, because not everyone is against you and whatnot. Another thing that I think is a big one for anxiety or for like depression or for an eating disorder or for like anything, any mental illness is that you turn to your friends or your parents or a psychiatrist or a doctor, or if you're religious, turn to God. I think no matter what, that helps. Talking to someone always helps. Because, especially with anxiety, where it's all this like mental buildup of panic, talking to people definitely dissipates a lot of that panic and calms you down a lot. Third thing I would say is don't compare your struggle to somebody else's. Because I know that's really easy, especially with like a mental illness, to be like, well, theirs is worse than mine, so I'm fine, I don't need help at all. I think you just have to look at yours for what it is. You should always seek help and like deal with it. The last one I would say is find things that calm you down and distract you. For me, it's writing in any form, or just listening to some music, light a candle, get out your feelings. That's good. Go for a walk, go for a run, go swimming, high five someone, whatever. Rap. Start a rap battle. Maybe that'll make you feel better. You never know. Yeah, so I would say just find things that help you not blah, 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 in your mind. You know what I mean? Probably not. That wasn't a good descriptor. But yeah, just get your mind to shut up for a second. That's kind of everything I have to say. I really urge you to not let it define your life and to not let it override everything that you want to do, because oh my gosh, anxiety, rah. I'm not perfect. I still let it stop me from doing a ton of things that I want to do, and it sucks. But you push yourself, you try. For me, I pray a lot about it. If that's your thing, or you just want to give that a go, if you've never like tried to do that, but you're like, you know what, maybe I should pray, maybe I should give that a go, then just chuck 'em a prayer. If you don't know how to pray, it's literally like talking to a friend, because God is a healer. If I've learned anything in my life, it's that. So, utilize that. Give it a go. Anyway, thank you so much. Tweet me. All of my social media is going to be in the down bar. So, tweet at me if you want to talk or want any help or anything. I'm totally here for you. I would love to chat. Thanks so much. Comment below if you have things that help you with your anxiety. Maybe you could help somebody else out. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.